I'm CT. When I'm not hosting podcasts that are broadcast globally, I'm in the real world. I mean, everybody has to work, right? My job is CS, customer service. Solutions, relationships, generating motivation to keep my team pumped up and connected to every single guest that comes through that store to buy little things or a large basket full of everything. This is C.T.C.S. Episode number 9. Have you met my new best friend, Bill?
Okay, here we go. Back to CS. The 3-day trip is over. Now it's time to go back and super serve people. Preparing for a day at CS is, I don't know how other people, live their lives or anything like that. But I know that when I'm going in for a long shift, I've got to make sure that I have water. The intake has got to start early in the morning. And I've got to make sure that I'm proteined, and because when you start, there's no stopping. It's not like a radio job that I once had where I could eat anytime I wanted to. If I wanted a Snickers, I could go do that. It doesn't work that way, and I've always got to have that prep time of going in and getting dressed and taking it very seriously in the way that once I put on, that jersey, the jersey for the store, and there's my name tag looking back at me. It's like, whew, okay, this isn't about podcasts anymore. The transition has taken place. And sometimes I make it to the other side. Other times, I just got to keep looking at that badge, reminding myself what I need to do. It's no hidden fact that one of my very favorite things to do to get into the mindset or to breathe the atmosphere of the grocery store is when I first arrive, I've got to do putbacks. I've got to be able to, get myself acquainted to the atmosphere. And what I mean by that is the sounds, the smells, of just being a player on the floor. And I always base my day on how well I am with my putbacks when I first arrive. And today I sucked. I couldn't find anything. And it's like, I've only been gone 3 days. How is that even possible? Why? And oh my God! And you get down on yourself because it's like going, this store and you can't find something as simple as putting that dog food back. Oh my God! And so that's how the day started. I thought I was a moody person, and as my mother would always tell me, just because you're in radio doesn't mean that you have a different lifestyle. Everybody goes through mood swings, and you got to get used to it, son. And I'm just one of those people, I guess maybe it's the creative self in me, the artist, that I pick up on somebody's bad mood or bad experience immediately. In fact, I remember talking with a manager last week, and they were asking questions, and I said, me, I read people. And maybe that's the martial artist in me as well, because as a martial artist, a 3rd degree black belt, you read people, you read waves of people and things like that. And but man, that's like jumping into a hole, and I can't find a rope to get out when you meet somebody else's moodiness, and all of a sudden you've got to figure out how am I going to get out of this. I just ran into the strangest thing that I've never heard of before, but I'm so uneducated about this. But I got to Google it, but I can't Google it when I'm in CS. I got to Google it when I take a break. But I mean, this very nice gentleman is trying to get a P.O. box at the post office next door, and they're saying, well, you have to have a voter registration card. I have never heard of anything like that. But I got to look it up, and before this night's over, I'm going to be all over that, trying to figure out what do you mean? You got to have a voter registration card in order to get a P.O. box? I don't know, man. But once again, I'm uneducated. But man, that man was not happy either, because he's like going, when did this happen? I'm gonna find out. Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones are in town tonight. So as people are coming through the store, they're going downtown to to tailgate and stuff like that. So they're stopping here to get all of their Rolling Stones food and things like that. And I told them, I said the last time that they were here with Blues Travelers, I got to see them, and we were up in the suites, and I really, that's one of the concerts that I didn't really enjoy. And here's the reason why. We earned to be in the suites, but you're so disconnected from the concert because you're inside, and the loudness of it all and the vibration of it all and the crowd screaming wasn't in there. We were inside. Drinking the booze. We were eating the food. We were having a party on the inside. I always tell people that we went to a party at the stadium, and the Rolling Stones just happened to show up. But they're in town. A lot of people are excited about this, and people are still saying, this could be the last time I see Mick Jagger. Wait a second. For the love of God, how long do you want him to stay alive? I just learned this trick that people do. I don't know if I'm supposed to even talk about it. We do the double back the money for if you've got bad steaks and stuff like that. And I just learned that one of the tricks is that they do something with the meat. So they come in and they buy it for like $42, and they do something with the meat, and they come back and it's now $84. I don't have that in me to try to pull off a stunt like that. Well, I about fell over, and I don't know, but people will do the strangest things, won't they? And it's a racket. I just met Bill. Bill looks at me, goes, "What's your name?" I said, "CT." He goes, "Oh, my name's Bill." "Hi, Bill. How you doing? I want you to know that before William Harris started working for your store, he worked for A&P. I worked with him. I'm 99 years old. I worked with the man that created your store, and he teamed up with the other guy. And boy, you got to understand, I know a good grocery store, and you're running a fine one here today. Running a fine one." And it's like, wow, I needed that. I needed to have a Bill in front of me today. And he told me, he says, "I fought in World War II." I said, "My daddy did too." So I understand. And we started talking a little bit about being in the war and all that kind of stuff and how cold it was in Germany. But Bill just needed a friend today. And so then I helped Bill out to his car. And he says, "I got some popcorn. You take some of that popcorn back in there with you, man. That's the only kind of tip I got for you. You take some of that popcorn with you." So I've done some research on that voter registration card, and I think the guy that came into the store, maybe he was a little mistaken. It says here that, all you have to do is have a pictured ID and some sort of other identification, and it says, valid driver's license, military, government, university cards, things like that, current lease, mortgage, deed of trust, voters or vehicle registration cards. So I think that he saw voter registration, because it's in the news anymore. It's all very political, voter registration and stuff like that, and he may have read that wrong, but it's as clear as a bell that it's just something that you can use to get that P.O. box. It doesn't mean that you have to use it. It's just something you can use to make it easier on you in order to get the keys. So we did some research, and we found out that, yeah, you can use it. It's not that you have to have it. It's just that you can use it. We feature live music every Thursday night, and 99.9999999% of the time, people enjoy it because it just sounds good instead of listening to the contemporary music that's out there. But tonight someone comes up to C.S. and goes, "Your prices wouldn't be as high if you guys would quit playing live music. That's why your prices are high. This is the reason why I go to this other grocery store." And I'm thinking, okay, smile. Listen to what she has to say. Husband, of course, was very embarrassed and all that kind of stuff. And then what happened is that I got her laughing because when I was telling her that these fuel points that she could get is going to save her money at the gas pump, and all of a sudden she started listening, going, "Well, I love this store because you guys, don't cost me at the gas pump. All I have to do is just put in my phone number." You gotta listen. And then when people might be having a rough day, the art of listening is what puts you ahead of the game. I really do take customer service very seriously. I love servicing people, getting to know their stories and things like that. There's a gentleman that I first met maybe 5 months ago, and he really needed eye surgery badly. And so I took him around one day, and we were buying things and stuff like that. And so, but since then he's had the surgery, and so we're walking around the store today, and all right, Peter, man, I need to get some cinnamon. Take me over there where it is, Peter. And then we go over the cinnamon, and he goes, "All right, Mike. Okay, now what I need to do now is I need to get some bananas. Where are the bananas at?" And then we finally find the vanilla pudding. And he goes, "Man, Jimmy, I love hanging out with you. You really helped me by this." He never got my name once. I love it. Well, that's it. That's another day as CS. Man, I'll tell you, the very active, very energetic in the way of that people are just. They're either outrageously crazy or they're insanely friendly. And I got to tell you, and I guess this is going to expose how selfish I am as a broadcaster, is that I always said that I didn't have many friends and in radio. And so, but yet at the store here, they are my friends, and so are our guests. We're like this gigantic community, this family, and we're sharing together, and we're growing together as well. And I can't say that about what my life was like before that. And that was a matter of choice, because when you're an artist, you tend to be a little bit more inward. Here, it's all about being outward.